Hello everybody, welcome back to the first retro game show of 2020. Ed and I are back to play some more The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Hello Edward. Edward?
Hello everybody.
Oh.
Sorry.
Wow. Way to kick off the new year of the retro game show, Ed. How are you, Ed?
I am doing fantastic. I am excited and motivated to play some retro Nintendo games once again.
You're motivated. Ooh.
Yes.
Ed, speaking of retro consoles, I'm very excited that I brought home my GameCube and my Dreamcast and the Wii U with some Wii games. I'm ready to go, man. Everybody's probably gonna be like, "Where's your Nintendo 64?" Everything I want to play except for like 2 or 3 games I have on my Wii U as virtual console games, or on other consoles like Xbox has a bunch of Banjo and Conquer game, like, you know what I mean? Like those games are available, and Perfect Dark and stuff like that. So we'll probably be playing those versions of those games, just because the ease of use and ease of recording. But I also loaded up my Super Nintendo and NES classics with some other classic games. I'm very excited to really excited to wait, where's my little cursor? There it is. I was like, oh no, how am I supposed to clap if you die? But it's the wrong button. There you go. I've got some Turtles in Time on there.
Ah, yes.
I've got some Castlevania on there.
Some of my favorites.
I've got some games, man. I've got some games. So I'm ready to go for the retro game show this year. We're gonna try not to miss a week this year, starting this week, this coming week. So also, I think we're gonna try to do some retro game shows live at some point. So on our Mixer and Twitch channels, you can go to Boss Rush Games Live. I should have got Boss Rush TV or something. That sounds way better. Somebody brought that up to me on Twitter the other day, and I was like, man, you're right. I should have got that. But
is it still viable?
I would have to set up new email accounts and everything. Well, Mixer you can change after 30 days if it's available, so I could technically do that. But Twitch, I would have to set up a whole bunch of things. It would be a whole thing, and let's be honest, I don't care enough about Twitch to do all that. So, but yeah, the only reason why we're doing stuff on Twitch though is because there's a huge audience there that will watch us, and we actually all prefer Mixer except for Ray, which obviously Ray is a affiliate on Twitch, so you should go support him there at Ray Apollo. We'll try to get him on one of these someday. I love clapping. It makes me feel so good. Makes me feel like I'm participating.
Okay, so
hey,
6
Ed.
or 7.
See there? Ooh, there's Ed.
It's getting attacked.
I was trying to slap him. But yeah, retro game show, man. I'm excited. I'm hyped. So,
yes.
Also, this is probably one of the last times you're gonna see just like a generic Let's Play of this. I kind of want to create some cool, Boss Rush themed overlays and stuff. Just to make it look more us. Probably after A Link to the Past, we'll start doing stuff like that.
Yes.
So, yeah, I kind of wanna set it up like Game Informer's Replay, where we kind of do a little introduction before the video. Especially one-off stuff, because I just think it would be fun. Also, I've gotten in the mode, kind of like Jesse was for a while with his Dreamcast stuff. I've been looking at GameCube and Dreamcast games. Oh man, that makes me feel like a terrible human being.
No, not really. You're playing true arcade games. I would say that.
Oh man, dude, I want to let you know, Dynamite Cop on Dreamcast is
true
like
arcade games. Because I feel like with the Dreamcast, I think there's so much that was missed, and I think people kind of need to see why it still holds up and why when Sega pulled it. It was kind of devastating to us.
It's kind of a weird system, dude. It's like it's just full of arcade stuff. Like, really, you know? Ed, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Technical difficulties. It's just this weird system full of like weird kind of like first party attempts mixed with some really crazy arcade games mixed with some fighting games. Like, it's just it's an odd console for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an odd console. I love my Dreamcast. I love the Dreamcast, but like it's just, I don't know. I always felt like in a weird way Sega was ahead of their time with a lot of things, you know, and they would just miss the mark, like by either coming out too early or, you know, just having some weird stuff that nobody understood, right? Like you could like basically stream games to Sega Genesis in the early 90s through like the Sega TV, the Sega channel. Remember the Sega channel?
Yes. Oh, trust me, I know all about the Sega channel.
Oh my gosh, I begged my parents to let me get the Sega channel so I could play Earthworm Jim. Like, I begged them, and they said no, and I felt really defeated. Like, playing online in Phantasy Star, that was a big deal, and the sports games online, that was a big deal. Like, they did a lot of cool things, you know? Actually, kind of like the precursor to the Xbox, because it ran that Windows CE, you know? So it was, I don't know, man. I still like the Dreamcast. I understand why it failed, mostly because of its really poor security, or lack of, in terms of, you know,
burning like the discs and stuff.
Yeah, you could, like, all you needed was like a boot disc that you could buy pretty much anywhere. Like, I remember Target was selling Bleemcast discs.
But then I'm like, where do you burn it from?
Oh, I mean, there's ways. You just look, anybody who had a CD burner, right, back then, you stick the Dreamcast disc in the tray, and then you stick a rewritable disc in the bottom tray, and you just copy the disc.
Wow, because I remember the disc being gold. That I think there was something about the certain disc that that if you had it, that was how you were able to like burn it. Because I remember seeing it at EGM. What disc was being used, but they never. I was just like, where do you get a disc like that?
Yeah, I mean, they had them at Target. I remember explicitly seeing Bleemcast discs at Target.
Wow.
And like, it wasn't illegal to sell the discs, you know, it was just illegal to use it. Which is weird, but I thoroughly remember seeing Bleemcast discs on the counter at Target when I was buying, you know, GameCube and Dreamcast games there. Like, they were just sitting on the counter. I think they were like $10.
Wow.
So, also I remember there was an odd way you could actually boot the Dreamcast into like a PlayStation mode.
Oh.
And like, you could actually play PlayStation 1 games on the Dreamcast. Which was kind of cool also. I remember somebody I went to, well, I guess it would have been middle school at that point, but was playing like Final Fantasy IX on Dreamcast. Yeah, and I really wanted Final Fantasy IX on the Dreamcast. but it didn't exist.
That feels so weird though.
I know, but it was awesome.
Cause I'm like, okay, Dreamcast is more for arcade system, and the technology that was used on Final Fantasy or for PlayStation, that was like a whole different media because of the black part at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it was a different disc than the Bleemcast disc, but it was a PlayStation boot disc.
wow.
I remember you had to you put the PlayStation boot disc in, and it ran this fake PlayStation security emulation thing on it, and it booted up like a PlayStation, and then you had to open the tray while the PlayStation logo was on the screen, right? And you had to hold something down while you put the PlayStation discs in.
Wow.
Yeah, it was insane. It was crazy. Crazy times in the 90s, you know? Man.
Man, I remember getting my Dreamcast. I think at the time, it was kind of two Dreamcasts in my household because my brother had one and then I had mine. And so, he had Sonic and everything. I had Power Stones and Berserk, which is based off an anime, but it was a different name. I had some really odd Sega Dreamcast games that I was able to get for $10 or $20.
Dude, let me tell you, the best $3 I ever spent was there's a grocery store in my area called Mark's, and it's just like a area chain grocery store, right? But when they pulled the plug on the Dreamcast, they ended up getting a bunch of Dreamcast games, and they were selling them for $3 a piece.
Oh wow!
I got Coaster Works, Blue Stinger, and Illbleed, and Phantasy Star, all for $3 a piece.
Wow,
dude! Yeah. So, oh my gosh, it was the best $12 my mom ever spent in my life.
Wow.
Because 1999, 2001, I didn't have a job, so. I
remember how bad Illbleed was.
Oh, dude, Illbleed's terrible. I watch, one of the traditions I do just for myself is I watch the Blue Stinger and Illbleed super replays on Game Informer, which is kind of what I want this show to, turn into at some point. Just have, a similar vibe where we're kind of joking around about games and maybe play old bad games at some point.
Yeah.
When you come visit, right?
Yes.
I want to play through a whole bad game and record it, and maybe December, maybe our tradition here too will be to play a bad game every year. Play through an entire bad game.
Oh wow, that means I gotta make sure that my skill is up.
So we can
play snuff.
I want to play those games. I want to play. There's a really bad PlayStation game that they played, and it was their first really big super replay was what was it called? Overblood. I want to play that. It's this really bad survival horror game, but there's no combat in it whatsoever.
Wait, you just run in the game?
Yeah, there's no enemies or anything. It's just all. It's a survival horror game, but it's all puzzle solving. But they set it up to be this crazy survival horror thing, and there's barely any enemies in it whatsoever. And every time every time you fight an enemy, it's a cutscene. So you really don't fight. Dude, just watch it. It's really funny. It's unintentionally hilarious.
That just sounds bad.
Oh man, dude, it's so funny. Yeah, dude, it's hilarious. And then they made a sequel that only came out in Europe, but it's it like takes place in the same universe, but it's like a action RPG. It's not a survival horror game, it's an action RPG.
Wow.
And like the main character like looks like man, he looks like if Cloud from Final Fantasy VII just wore 90s clothes.
Ooh.
Like a bright purple pants and a bright red jacket. And then there's like this old guy in the game that like, oh my gosh, dude, it's so funny. You have to watch it, and the voice acting is so bad. You have to watch it. It's so bad. It's crazy though, because that whole game was voice acted, and it's like 25 hours long, and oh, it's crazy. It's so fun though.
Cheryl, why are you doing this?
No, but it's all like British because it only came out in Europe.
Oh my goodness.
It was a Japanese produced game. By the way, published by EA. So
Wait, what?
which adds to the hilariousness. Yep, published by EA. I think they wanted a Resident Evil killer and they missed. Real bad.
Heck yeah, they missed.
But then, you know, a decade later they made Dead Space and then took it away from us. So, you know. I've been really like, man, I'm going to play a couple games this year on my backlog list that are like way out of my wheelhouse, let's say, like Resident Evil 2 Remake, and I downloaded Dead Space because it's backwards compatible on Xbox. So I'm gonna play through those games and be totally scared out of my mind.
I don't think you'll be scared. I don't think it's gonna be like the thing with survival horror games is that your intention is to die, and you die because you're going to be learning the game. So you're gonna know where the jump scares are at. You're gonna learn where like once they die. I mean, once you die, you'll actually know what to do next and everything. So it kind of prepares you for the next part of the game that's going to be coming. So it's nothing for you like to really to worry about. Like, it's not scary or anything.
Ooh, you got hit.
Yes, I did. Didn't want that.
Oh, we only have 2 more things to get.
Yep. This one and then the next one after.
Are we gonna beat this game tonight?
We could try. But it's going to take some work.
Oh boy.
I should say.
So, what do you think? About 3 episodes left?
Yeah. This one, the 7th Castle, and then Ganon. I may play some of it just to go collect hearts and stuff. That would be the only other thing. But yeah, I don't think, man, survival horror games. I think I can't really call Resident Evil 2 Remake a survival horror game. Kind of due to the fact that one second. No, I didn't want to do that. Gotta go back down. That I feel like that's more of an action game than it is like true survival horror. You know, you really gotta, you know, kind of think like, man, is that dog gonna jump out, or what wacky camera angle are they using for me not to see what's really going on. Everybody will see what I'm doing. I'm solving.
He's solving a puzzle.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Stretchy.
Yeah.
Man. What a day.
I spent, I think, close to $200 on clothes today.
Ooh. That sounds like it hurts.
I had a gift card for Christmas. So what ended up happening for me was that let's see. Oh, I know what I need to do.
Did you see that? Did you see that report today that people are freaking out because the Xbox Series X isn't going to launch with any exclusives?
I was more confused about that. I'm like, wait, they're not launching with.
Well, they're launching with Halo Infinite, but it's also coming to Xbox One. Like everything for the first year is going to be playable across Xbox One and Xbox Series X, which we knew that.
Right.
They said that like what at E3? I think Phil said it on the Giant Bomb after show or night show or whatever. Like we knew that. Why is everybody freaking out today about it? We knew that. We've known that for 6 months, 7 months. When was E3? June? Yeah, 7 months we've known that. Why is everybody freaking out about it today? It's just like, come on, man. Like, the internet makes me so mad. Like, who cares? Like, they're not expecting everybody to buy an Xbox Series X on day one anyway.
Right.
Like, all the hardcore Xbox fans will buy it. You and I will probably buy it on day one, right? Like, I'm assuming, or close to it. Like, I want to play Halo on Series X. I mean, it's the same thing with Zelda, right? The Switch didn't launch with any exclusives. I mean, I guess snipper clips, but like, you know what I mean? Like, Zelda was playable on Wii U. Mario Kart 8 is a Wii U game. Splatoon 2 is basically, Splatoon 1.5 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, the Switch didn't launch with any exclusives, and everybody loved it. So why is... Man, it's just... Who cares?
Well, I think the thing about it is that, people are not used to when they think a new system is coming out. First party should have something just only for that system. But I'm just like, if you look at 360 and PS3, a lot of their titles or even PS4 and Xbox One, when a lot of the titles came out for them, they had like a whole bunch of stuff on older consoles and everything.
I mean, the Xbox. I mean, the Xbox. When the Xbox 360 launched, it didn't have very many. It didn't. I think the only exclusive was Perfect Dark Zero, right? And then when the Xbox One launched, I guess you had Rise. And Dead Rising 3, I think. Like,
because like the exclusive, like Rise of the Tomb Raider, that came to 360 when the original one came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just I'm just really confused by people's demeanor and just like, who cares, man? Like, clearly the people who care that much are either going to buy a Series X or play on PC, right?
Right.
Like, and people who don't care that much are going to play on their Xbox Ones and be totally fine. And I don't know, man. It just
And what if Halo Infinite came on Windows 10?
it is. It's
Okay,
coming.
so-
It's coming to Steam and Game Pass for
So
PC.
So it was never exclusive in the first
I
place,
mean,
even if it came to Series 1.
technically, no Microsoft games are ever going to be exclusive to Xbox again. You know, they're all coming to PC.
Right.
Which, by the way, speaking of PC Game Pass games, Gears Tactics,
Uh-huh.
I can play it. I'm so excited. It follows Kate's grandfather, I want to say. So that'll be an interesting story. Ed, you missed.
There's something that I'm missing.
But
That's the boss, but
and like I am kind of confused though, because I thought Hellblade 2 was going to come this year, because a lot of people say it's listed for Q4 of 2020. But to me, like, I feel like that game's farther out.
oh yeah, I think a lot of games are further out. So
Well, that means, like, if Forza's announced this year, it's going to be playable on Xbox One also.
yeah, but I think my question would be like, what are we supposed to see on that system in the next SI Xbox, or even like the next E3? So it's like, what is this console going to actually release game wise? And are people just going to buy it and then, just hook up their Game Pass and just game on there and stuff? It's going to be actually weird, because I know for me, I'm like, when I do get a Series X, of course, I'm like, well, I really just want the physical copies of the games, or if I only got to get it digitally, I'll get it digitally and go from there. Because I don't know. I just feel like I don't want to be the person who do Game Pass and forget that I own it. It's just, I'm paying for a service for games that I don't play, and it's very limited on how long they stay on that system. So, but I guess we'll see. Oh, I know what. I'm supposed to go that way. I do wonder though, will people be getting both systems this year?
What do you mean, like buying both consoles?
Yeah.
I'm sure some people will. I'm sure there's a lot of bigger, channels, YouTube, whatever, out there probably gonna buy both. Just because there's a lot of games, there's gonna be a lot to like discuss and talk about and compare, and people are gonna do that, I think. I mean, if I had the money, I would get both also, but look, unless PlayStation 5 is launching with Horizon 2 or God of War 5, like, I'm set on Xbox this year. So those are the only two games that could change my mind, would be Horizon or God of War. So.
Well, Corey Barlog is on vacation, so.
I know. I don't think God of War is coming like anytime soon.
No, we won't get God of War. I think to like 23.
Tell you what though, my PlayStation 4 Pro sounds like a jet engine is gonna take off from my living room.
Yeah, everybody was just like they hope that PlayStation 5 is silent. I'm like,
yeah.
Good luck on that one.
Ed, you're dead again.
Yes.
Oh wait.
Thank you.
I do what I can. You know, I'm here to support you.
I got one more. I actually need to go get some more.
Also, PlayStation's probably not going to be at E3 again this year. Looks like.
Yeah, it's rumored that they're going to unveil PlayStation 5 September 12th at the PlayStation Mini.
September 12th?
Yep.
That seems really late, especially if you want to get it on store shelves.
February 12th. I'm sorry. February 12th.
I was going to say, that seems really late. I mean, that's probably fine, right? Like, I don't know. I think it's fine. I think Xbox needs to do a full console reveal before E3 and then just be all about the games.
Yeah. Well, if they put everything on Game Pass for like launch titles, if they put everything on Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate, I should say, it's not even gonna be worth getting. Well, I mean, for some people who don't do PC gaming, it really won't be worth of them putting the titles out like physically, because everybody's gonna play all of that on Game Pass, and so who really is gonna be making money off of the games that they release if they put all of those titles on Game Pass? You know, I can understand, you know, from day one Game Pass is on there, but besides Halo, I really wouldn't try to put any like third party or first party games on there. Like, I would kind of hold off and be like, we will release games like our first party games actually being released, we won't start them until like 21 and stuff. Because I'm like, if Game Pass is a big thing on Series X, they're not going to sell any kind of digital physical copies of Halo Infinite. And that's bad business for Microsoft in a sense. I know with that, they may not care, but I'm just like, you want to sell some actual copies because you want to recoup the cost of development. So you're going to need people to buy that $60 game. I mean, everybody playing it for $1 or $10. That doesn't seem, I don't know, that just doesn't seem like right to me for some reason. But it's Microsoft, so especially if you put out a game that might be like a 9 or a 10, you wanna kind of sell some copies and stuff. What if they did change their mind? What if they said that Game Pass, Halo Infinite for Game Pass on Xbox One would come out a month later?
I mean, I think people would be really mad because they've already set that precedent. with, you know, with Gears and Sea of Thieves. Well, not Sea of Thieves. I think Sea of Thieves. Wait, was Sea of Thieves? Sea of Thieves and State of Decay were the first two, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Crackdown, and you know, I think they've already set that precedent, and I feel like Game Pass, especially because I think a lot of people upgraded to Ultimate. I think it's just a really good, really smart move for them, and they're making money anyway, whether people want it or not. Like that, like they're just distributing that money to their studios, which is smart for them. You know, like I feel like Microsoft is funneling the money to where it needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
From these subscriptions, and so far it's doing well. You know, on Major Nelson's podcast, Phil Spencer said that Game Pass is exceeding expectations, which means they're making more money than they expected. So I think they're just going to keep going this route. You know, I don't see them backing off. I could actually see Sony making the move to copy them and putting their games on. Although I think I don't know. I feel like Sony feels like their IP are worth more than that, but I don't know. From a business move, I feel like Game Pass is just a smart thing. You know, especially because like the average person only buys. I think the attach rate for Xbox One in particular is only like 4.6 games or something. And if you can get people to sign up for 3 years, and they're like, if they're paying $15 a month, right? That's what, like 3 games a year.
Yes.
You're already getting more money out of that average person, right, than you would be otherwise. So I don't know. I think it's a smart decision. I think it's a smart move. I think Halo Infinite is a flagship title for the service, just like Gears 5. And you know, I just hope, I want to see what Microsoft is working on other than Halo and Gears, even though I like those series a lot. You know, so
Yeah. Well, it's not that I don't want to see them. I want to see. I want to know that what they deliver is going to look promising. Meaning that, are we going to like actually see those games in motion, or you know, are we going to get like, this is not actual gameplay footage or something like that? Because I'm like, if it's just, like I said, if it's just a cutscene and stuff, I'm like, that, to me personally, that doesn't do anything. You know, I want to see this stuff because I want to have a 4K TV by E3, so I can watch the E3 conferences in 4K, and you know, be ready to see a lot of stuff on what it's going to actually look like. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I kind of feel like this is a weird conversation to have. I kind of feel like Nintendo, even though they'll be late to 4K or stuff, I think whatever they do art style wise is going to be kind of crazy for their next system.
I mean, did you see the videos of people kind of modding the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild and making it 4K and run at 60 frames a second? Holy cow. Like, holy cow. I mean, people have gotten, you know, Metroid Prime running at 4K and 60 frames a second, and widescreen also, which was pretty impressive too.
Yeah, not mad at that at all.
No. So I'm hungry, dude. My wife hid the cookies from me. Oh no. Eddie died. You got a fairy.
I'm supposed to get. No, I'm supposed to. I'm trying to find. Which I probably gotta go outside and go to another part of the. I think there's another part of the dungeon I need to go to, because I need to get a block to hold this switch down. Yeah, I think we won't get 4K from Nintendo. I think.
Yeah, I don't see Nintendo really going 4K anytime soon.
Right. Like if they decide to do 4K, I think it'll be after whatever their next system is.
I mean, even then, it's just like I feel like Nintendo's gonna stick with whatever they're not competing with Xbox or PlayStation, right? And they're just I think that's totally okay. And if they just decide to do more stuff like Switch in the future, like a handheld hybrid, something you can plug into your TV or take with you, I feel like that's their future, right? And I think that's okay. I really do. I love Nintendo to death, but I think they have a good thing. And ooh, heart container. I just really feel like the Switch, they've really nailed something with the Switch.
Yes.
And whether their next console is a Switch 2 or a Switch Pro or something entirely different, I don't see them abandoning this idea in particular. And you know what? If they give us a 4K thing the next time, it's great. But also, like, I'm content with the Switch. I don't care. I would like, a device that will run the games a little bit smoother and better, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't really care if Nintendo ever goes 4K. Maybe like, because like a lot of TVs these days, like good high-end TVs have upscalers in them anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't bother me. I mean, look at this. I mean, not that this is comparable by any stretch, but like, look at this game, right? It's just way better. And how it looks, like, this couldn't look any better, whether it's 720p, 1080p, 4K, standard definition. Like, I mean, it's the only thing is like HD gives you that pixel perfect look, which some people don't care for. They like the smudginess of the old consoles,
Right.
But I don't know. Run! Oh no.
That's what I needed.
Great job, Ed.
That's what I was trying to get. I know that. Like,
ooh. So, I don't know, man. I think
I can't say this, that I look forward to what Microsoft is going to bring for next gen. I look forward to what Sony is going to bring. I think I really do hope though that this system is better than yours mentality goes away. I need that to go away for next gen, because I feel like that people can't have the fun that they want with the games that they want to play it on. I think there's still some people who are just like, of course, toxic and harassing and stuff like that. But I just think that if people would give stuff a try, I might, like I said, I have my thoughts on Grand Theft Auto 5, but I beat it, and there are parts where it is enjoyable, but I'm just like, there are parts where um, it's not enjoyable, and that stands out more than the more enjoyable parts. But if people love it, I'm like, cool, you love that game. You spent your money, or someone spent their money for you to play it, for you to enjoy it, and that's cool. And that's what I want to be more supportive and see people supporting of, you know, because power for a game is not always the best thing. Now there are times that uh you do need uh some power for some games to bring some kind of enjoyment. Crap. I am down to my last. So.
Beep, 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 beep.
Sorry, I don't got no magic to really put out a block to stop it. Oh, dang that bit. Hook shot. Dang nabbit.
WayForward's releasing a new Switch exclusive next month.
Yeah. Vitamin Connection.
Yeah.
Vita Boy and
Interesting.
Mini Girl. Yeah, they just put it on Twitter today. And this is like, oh, that's cool. That's what I can't wait to see for the next generation. See what Way 4 is gonna bring to the table. Dang that bit. I should have hit that. Take it.
Oh.
Close to the boss, everybody.
I'm very excited for Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Yes.
Uh-oh, boss fight. Wait, I feel like we fought this boss before.
We did it.
Oh, you died.
Yes,
Oh, man. Ed, you got hit by the lightning. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Die already. Did you win? Did you do it?
Yes.
Yay! Look at you. Great job, Ed.
Yes.
So proud of you.
So yes, everybody, that is the 6th dungeon.
Oh man, look at that. Look at that. Super FX chip in action.
Was it that? Was it? No. Was it a Super FX chip?
I don't know what it was. It's something fancy. Mode 7. Maybe that's what it was.
Okay.
Whatever. It's all the same.
Mode 7, yeah.
Dumb Super Nintendo technology they made up.
Hey! What was it?
Oh man, look at you and all these hearts. Alright, well Ed, we're going to wrap up this episode of the Retro Game Show, since you beat the boss and finally got there. I want to thank everybody for watching. Remember, you can catch the Retro Game Show every Thursday here on youtube.com/BossRushGames or on BossRushGames.com. Make sure you download our Nintendo podcast, Nintendo Power Block, and Boss Rush Games podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and until next time, we love you.
Bye, everybody.